Yo, what's up boys? In this video, I'm going to be giving my full strategy on how I generated $245,000 for one creator in less than 60 days. We did her launch starting in July, and to total up to date, we have done over $245,000. And I think a lot of you guys will be surprised exactly how we did this because the internet and OFM space in general right now is so construed with this and that and the other, but I'm going to show you what actually works. The process and systems that I've implemented not only in my agency but other people's as well, and for every creator that we have had so far. And of course, we are going to keep repeating this until it does not yield the same result. But lucky for you, I'm breaking this entire strategy down for you guys on YouTube for completely free. So as you guys can see here, in July plus August, the 2 months that she was active, $88,000 in July, around $108,000 in net profit, and around $135,000 in gross. And in 2 months, we became the 0.08% of OnlyFans creators in the entire space. This is really not a crazy strategy. We took this creator, like I was saying, from $0, no active OF, to generating $245,000 and some change within her first 2 months. So we also did this whilst only having 2 Instagram accounts. Yes, I know a lot of this, guys, will surprise you, but stay tuned to the end because I'm going to be explaining exactly how we did it. And we will be breaking down how each of these accounts will be used later in this video. So in this video, I'm breaking down exactly what we did to ensure the growth in this creator as of all of my other creators. But in fact, it is the same system that we've implemented to guarantee growth for all of our models. Of course, with changes depending on niche, location, etc., right? But first, I want you to understand some things. First off, OFM is something not to be overcomplicated. Do not listen to all of the YouTube videos, all of the gurus trying to sell you their course. Listen to the actual facts, and I'm about to show you those. And the second is, just because you don't have insane volume doesn't mean low results. Those two do not go co in hand, and I need you to understand that. And the third thing is, implementing the right strategies that work and not guesswork and volume is the reason why we succeeded with these creators. So with that being said, let's begin. Now, I've broken this process down into time spans: 0 to 14 days, 14 to 30 days, and 30 to 60 days, the full entire 2 months. And I'm going to be showing you what we did on a timeline, exactly how. So beginning with these first 0 to 14 days, the first thing that we did is establish workflows and tasks within the actual agency. This is what that looked like. We had VA duties, marketing platforms, our posting strategy, and posting frequency. So you can read on screen what these kind of go into, but it's pretty self-explanatory to anybody who is currently running an OFM agency. But the essentialness of it is you need to first develop a posting strategy. So ask yourself how many days, what kind of style, and the main priority, what we're running. In this case, it was an explore page and reel views and ads. So continuing on that, we also wanted to get down her content style and niche and the setup communication, just so that there was not any friction with that. That looked like the Telegram group chat, the content sending, and all of the weekly calls that we have for checkups. Now, following that, we gathered her needed content for the OF page. So a lot of you guys tend to start your agencies and you will immediately go into marketing, set up accounts, post reels, and not worry about the back end, which is actually a huge mistake. And this is the first things that we do within the first couple of days. So we first wanted to know her restrictions, the scripts we were making, and the verification images. So with restrictions, self-explanatory. The scripts, you want to have 4 to 5 minimum into the vault. And verification images are always good just in case it does affect sales. And then also voice notes in the vault organization, totally done before we started marketing. As you can see here, this is the vault entirely organized, ready to get selling, and ready to meet any fan that actually comes into the page. After that, we optimized her face value. Now, I'm going to get into this a little bit deeper because a lot of you guys do miss out on this point. So the first 3 things that you need to look at is the Instagram post and the whole profile in general, the OF page as in the bio, profile picture, banner, everything like that, and then all of the other social media accounts. So the Instagram posts need to be optimized content for OF. So this is pinned posts, stories, profile picture on point. Everything needs to be perfect. Same thing goes with the OF page and the actual other social medias. As you can see, these 3 pinned posts, they need to be high quality and explore page optimized. This is actually how we generated a lot of the money for this creator itself, was getting that explore page. And I'm going to be getting into how to get on the explore page later in this video. Now, lastly, what we did was created her second account for Reels. So all of the actual organic content we were going to be posting, we went ahead and made the account for that. Now, moving on to the 14 to 30 days. This is where things got a little bit interesting. We implemented the chatting team. If you guys want, a full video on chatting, I am already making one. I saw your guys' love and support on the last video that I did, and I said if we got 60 likes and tons of comments for the chatting video, I would drop my entire operations of how I run it. And so that video is coming, just be patient on that. But after we implemented the chatting team, we wanted to create a one-click funnel to the OF page, and this is what that looks like. A lot of creators are just now hopping on this, so if you want to be early, good thing you're watching this video. This is something that you need to have instilled into your creators. It's just a one-click optimized funnel, so they have no choice to go into other social medias, other apps, and anything like that. Also, some additives that we added in here was the location hacking, and it also says active now 24/7 to greet any person that actually clicks on the link to the OF. Now, following that, we started the marketing strategy. I also want to first say that, like I was saying earlier, a lot of you guys start your marketing the second you sign a client. And the reason why we start later is because when you have your backend 100% set up and optimized, you yield the best results off of every view. To make sense of that a little bit more, it's like if you're working on a car, but there's actually no engine in it, and you're fixing up the body and the other parts of the car without the actual component to make it drive. So that's why we started with the backend and optimized what we did in the beginning. So the marketing strategy looked a little bit like this. We really focused on just 1 to 2 things, which is the post and the reels. I'm going to get into the post first. So all posts were made with the intent on quality, location, and trending content. This is exactly what the explore page loves to have. So we made sure that all of the posts were optimized this way. Always captioned with hashtag explore page just to boost the chances of actually getting on it. No, this hashtag does not guarantee you actually get onto the explore page, but it is a good little boost just to tell Instagram that you are looking for that. Coupled with this, you need to make sure that the first image always is the highest quality one of the creator in whatever post slideshow you're posting. Also, I will say if you're posting 6 to 7 slides, the chance of getting on the explore page does lower a little bit, but it's nothing substantial. It's just better to have 1 to 3 posts rather than 5 to 7. And then once we noticed that we got on the explore page, we then boosted that post with $100 to $300 just to squeeze all of the possible views before the post actually plateaued, aka when it left the explore page and wasn't getting the same likes, comments, and feed it was getting before. Now, with all of that, these were our results after only 2 weeks of posting this strategy. So this was a brand new post using our explore page strategy. You can see it got 14,000 likes and 187 comments. And no, before you say anything, I'm not the type of guy to buy likes just to put on a video. This is 100% real, and these were the actual likes and statistics of these posts. And these older posts that we boosted and optimized and deleted into the explore page was around 300 before optimizing and ads, and it boosted up to 5,600 with 76 comments. I believe it had probably 10 to 20 comments before, and the same thing happened with another one around 150 low comments to 4,000 likes and 83 comments. This is what drove a lot of our initial growth, and this has allowed us to do that 88K month in the first 30 days in July. Now, with the reels, this is how we did it. The reels were basic OF girl content. They weren't anything special. They were just dancing, trending videos, captions, certain outfit selections, everything like that. But we're going to be getting into how to make the content better and essentially what to do to make your content pop later on this video. So we only posted on 1 account. As you were looking earlier, we had 2 accounts, one optimized for the explore page and one was just purely reel focused. This gave us a no chance of repurposed bans or view limits. We just didn't want to take the chance. Yes, you can get away with repurposing videos or reposting them, but we didn't really feel like taking a chance with this creator. From there, we began posting consistently at 1 to 3x per day, depending on the growth. If we were seeing really good growth, we would actually lower the percentage of our posting to 1x to 2x per day. But if we weren't getting that same yield, we would up it to 3 to 4 even sometimes. So we stayed consistent and ran content audits for about 2 weeks. Now, what is a content audit? What that basically means is once you've posted around 8 additional videos to whatever your marker is, check the following. You need to check what backgrounds perform the best. So in this case, what background behind me, and then also what outfits, what styles, captions, and energy performed best. Take note of this, put it in the Notion database if you need, and get a clear idea of what outfits, backgrounds, and styles perform best for your model. Take all of that, select it, and take note. Begin posting content again with the reviewed KPIs in mind. So basically all of the data that you tracked, analyzed, and then remade content for. And these were our results after 2 weeks of doing that. So we weren't really popping on the reels. They were sub 2K views and really weren't getting a lot of traction. The like engagement and the comments were high. I know a lot of you guys will pull 1,000 to 2,000 views, but have really low engagement on the actual post. But in our case, that was not really the case. So yes, we generated 245K just because I know people are already thinking it with sub K views. Like I said earlier, and the first thing that I wanted you to understand was not always about high volume. It's really not, guys. Now, moving on to the 30 to 60 days, what we did to make $145,000 in the month of August. So this really would have went a little bit differently if we didn't do so well our first month at 88K. But since we did, this is how we treated the following month. The first thing we did was improved and analyzed chatting because a good 80 to 90% of our income was yielding from chatting. So we looked at shifts, the ratio, and common requests. So basically common issues, problems, anything that the chatters were experiencing that could be better and yield more money. And then also just making sure that the shifts and the ratio are perfectly optimized. Now from there, we did the same thing, but looked into large promotion. So we looked at high tier model collabs that would be paid. We looked at OnlyFinder, and we did Instagram heavy promotion on those explore page posts to yield the best result because that's what was working. Now, from there, we started our creator growth roadmap. What this basically does is to ensure that any creator that has already made money, started, and is motivated to continue doesn't just fall off or plateau at the same earnings level. So this is exactly what I was saying. It ensures the creator that will not plateau and will continue to grow and not stay at the same earning level. What we did to do this was establish connection in the industry first off. And this is something that a lot of you guys don't think of, but we automated posting and DMing to everyone on the pages. We relationshiped with bigger creators. And this was really just to generate relationships, connections, and opportunities to ensure that our creator had every opportunity possible to grow. And then we started looking for implementation of better marketing. So if we wanted to go on X, move on to TikTok, or start doing lives, etc., things like that, we started testing and did a few of those. Then we did constant improvements on the content, and this will go for as long as we manage this creator to ensure that she never falls off. This is one of the biggest points in this video. So what we did was we looked for collab opportunity, we did location different filming, and we did the accordion method. I went over the accordion method in another video called Boost IG Ads plus Accordion Method. Go watch that if you're interested in knowing what it is. But with the location filming, we basically just did the same thing with the KPIs and reels. What backgrounds, what energy, what locations, everything like that, what worked and performed the best. Now, moving forward from there, all we did is reinvested 20% of the profits back into the creator when we see fit. No, we're not going to just be spending money just to spend the 20%, but when we see fit, we have no issue putting 20 to even 30% of our profits back into the model. And even if her profits want to go back into the creator, we will tell her exactly where that money needs to go. So that's really the full breakdown of how I generated $245,000 for this model. I know a lot of you guys probably were shocked with exactly how we did this, but once again, you can't argue with real raw results. As you can see, top 0.9%, it went down 0.1%. I do apologize, but you can see 135,000 gross here and 110,000 gross there, equaling a little over $245,000. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're interested in knowing how I scaled my agency to over $200,000 within 18 months, click the first link in the description. It'll bring you to a full YouTube video breaking down my story, my struggles, and exactly how I did it. So go watch that if you're interested. But other than that, it's been Griffin, and peace out.